Hello everybody, my name is Rin. Welcome to my channel. Today's video is gonna be about how art is dying under the weight of capitalist greed and people are cheering for it. The ever-looming presence of AI is becoming scarier and scarier. It has invaded virtually every media space. So if the climate wasn't already very volatile and bad for artists, OpenAI has just released their new AI image generator. If you don't know, OpenAI is the people who made ChatGPT. And every basic hoe on the internet and their mama is using it to steal the art style of a beloved living legend who has explicitly made his views on AI very clear, saying that it is an affront to life itself and that he does not want AI to be associated with his work. I'm talking, of course, about Hayao Miyazaki.
極めて不愉快ですよね。そんなに気持ち悪いものをやりたいなら勝手にやってればいいだけで、僕はこれを自分たちの仕事をつなげたいとは全然思いません。極めて何か生命に対する侮辱を感じます。
If you don't know Hayao Miyazaki, he is the man behind Studio Ghibli, a studio who is known for making beautiful, gorgeous, ephemeral animated movies that are straight up works of art. Like of all art styles, you had to pick him. This has turned into a truly viral phenomenon, the likes of which we haven't seen since the golden age of memes. Speaking of memes, everybody's turning them into Ghibli style memes. And don't mind the fucked up hand that's morphing into the leg right there. And when I say everybody and their mama has been using it, I mean everybody and their mama. It's truly been everywhere online. Even the motherfucking White House has used it to put out this atrocity. This is fucking insane. Not to be dramatic or anything, but this is scary and insane. Why is the White House making memes? Every time I read something about the current American government, I just wanna empty all my bank accounts and live in a forest. There's this AI bro who even forged a legal letter from Studio Ghibli. Just got this cease and desist from Studio Ghibli. AI creators deserve protection, not punishment. Expression is sacred. Imagination is not illegal. If I have to be a martyr to prove that, so be it. And then you look at the fucking letter and first of all, there's this fuck-ass logo. You really couldn't get a transparent PNG and put the logo. You really had to fully engineer this by using AI. Like, come on. Then if you look at the bottom, it's from Sakura and Hoshino LLP. What kind of weeb motherfucking name is that? Just reading the letter, you can immediately tell it's not a fucking legit legal letter. Everybody is rejoicing at the chance of being an artist without having to spend all of that time toiling over studying anatomy and color theory and all that bullshit. Art is now accessible for everybody. As if creativity is not the most accessible things that we have as humans. You only need to fucking think. But you need a machine to do the thinking for you because you can't think. Thinking is so hard. You don't wanna think. You don't wanna think. You only wanna look at hours of artificially generated content. Oh, but no, you don't wanna do that because that's fucking shit. You still wanna consume art that's made by artists, but you don't wanna give any consideration to anyone who's in the field. But yeah, you can of course make art now. You're like Da Vinci, your creativity knows no bounds. Oh my god, you're so good at writing those poems. The only problem with all that is AI generated images are not art. Just going by the definition of what art is, which is human expression through media. What AI generated images are, however, is theft from artists. There is zero originality. It is literally impossible for AI to create something it has not seen before. Oh, but you stupid artist, you just don't understand technology. You're gonna be left behind if you don't move with the fucking times. AI is actually just like a human. Like a human would learn from artists, so AI learns from artists, and you're fine with people learning from you. So why can't you be fine with the robot learning from you? Except it's really not difficult to understand the concept of how diffusion models work. So basically, they train by stealing millions of pieces of art off the internet without the consent of the artists that made them and turning them into noise. AI then generates images by reverse engineering this process. This is called reverse diffusion. Most images on the internet are indexed, so that when you search something on Google, the thing that you need pops up. AI uses this indexing to know what is in those images, so that when the troglodyte who fashions themselves as the new Da Vinci types in a prompt, they get the fucking prompt. Everything it generates is taken from the images it used to learn. If you were to ask it to generate something it wasn't fed before, the results would be pretty shit. OpenAI's new model is different in all the ways that don't matter, and it's the same in all the terrible ways that do. As in, it still trains by stealing from artists, it just doesn't do the whole noise thing. They're kind of hush-hush with it at this point. When an artist is taking inspiration from another artist or they learn from them, unlike AI, which is incapable of original thought, they will inevitably create art that is shaped by their own life experience. They will create a whole new art style which is original to them, even if they did learn the basics from others. AI can only copy. It will never be able to create anything that has not been seen before. And above all, art is human expression. It is not difficult to see why artists are okay with another artist taking inspiration from their work, and not okay when a tool completely steals their art, only for that tool to be used by cretins who suddenly mistake themselves for new age creative geniuses while they buy their skill from the companies who stole from the artists in the first place. Like, how is that difficult to understand, AI bros? And what makes this a tragic comedy more than anything is that AI art will always be fucking ugly. No matter how technically correct it gets, no matter if the hands are looking less fucked up by the minute. With real art, I can look at every stroke and find meaning behind every little detail, which would be pointless to do with AI art, because it just does shit without thinking. You're really gonna fashion yourself as an artist and then use a tool who doesn't know what a fucking metaphor is? Well, you need to get with the times or you'll be left behind. There is so much more you could get done if you let the technology do the heavy lifting. When the fuck did art become all about efficiency? What in the capitalist hellscape is this fucking notion? Oh, God forbid you take a little time for creating something intentional that speaks about who you are as a human and that other humans can relate to, therefore creating a beautiful unseen bond between people over the ages. God forbid a girl has fucking hobbies. I think we're forgetting that art is above all about the journey. This is what makes it fun for actual artists, but you actually knew that, right? You've actually done a bit of art yourself, right? Oh, you haven't? You've just typed meaningless, boring typing, and all you know is the small fleeting joy of seeing the end result before you look closer at it and realize that it's slop and is not captivating at all. Sucks to be you, my guy. The joy of exploring your emotions, inner thoughts, and making the art is the fun part. I see the end result as a testament of that. AI images are nothing more than a testament of theft. But I've given my views on AI before and we've discussed it. See this video if you haven't. My biggest concern right now is with the community, because I'm seeing a trend where some of us are actually falling for this narrative that you have to use technology. we will be left behind. Well, the technology is incapable of making artistic decisions, and so are the troglodytes who often operate it. So I think we'll be fine, but this discourse is creating a lot of uncertainty among artists. There is this sense of urgency to make art that is deemed as high quality and post a lot of it, and a sense of foreboding hopelessness as your skills just can't seem to keep up.
地球最後の日が近いって感じですね。それは人間の方が自信がなくなってくるから。
So it will be kind of a nice, kind thing to do, to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to support an artist in this very artist-hating climate. Check out my Patreon even. It feels like everybody is talking a bit of a rat race. But babes, I avoided an office job just for that. Like, I'm not trying to climb the fucking corporate ladder here. I just want to draw my pretty pictures. Can we keep it that fucking way? That's not very conducive to the imagination. Which is why I think a portion of the community has started to be more tolerant of AI, even openly using it. I'm gonna talk about two situations that have made this apparent to me. The Rose Draws drama and the character turned around rotisserie animation incident. First of all, Rose Draws is now Rose Generates. Rose Draws, who is a very big artist, has been in the art community for years. Most artists online have heard of him, and a lot of them were looking up to him. Apparently, he has been using AI to illustrate his new book. An employee of his, who was a very close person to him, has posted an expose doc detailing about how he is using AI art in his process, about how he is not paying his employees, and about how he's abusive to his dog, amongst other things. Then he came out with a statement confirming his use of AI, apologizing for it, saying that he just didn't know AI was so bad, but downplaying the whole situation a lot. Also, he has not addressed not paying his employees or being abusive to his dog at all. But again, it is this sentiment of not being able to keep up that I think probably made him think that this was a good idea. But then there's another trusted source who posted some conversations where Ross was trying to do damage control around his use of Midjourney and deleting evidence of his Discord. So his attempt at saying that, oh, I was just misinformed, I didn't know, just comes off as disingenuous after reading those conversations. Then the second situation I want to talk about is this trend that's been going around on social media where someone will take some art of their OC and use AI to create a 3D rotating animation. When this trend started, people didn't even realize it was AI because it wasn't disclosed and they probably didn't really pay attention to the videos. But if you do take a second glance at it, you will realize that it looks pretty and people were not happy. Anyone who participated in this trend got a lot of backlash, which was to be expected. But what was a bit unexpected was the amount of defenders that these artists got. They're saying this is such a non-issue. You artists just like to complain about stuff all the time. It's their character, it's their art. They can do whatever the fuck they want with it. Of course, it is their art. If they wanna give it to AI for AI to make art babies with it, it is their issue. But you cannot expect hurting the community and the community to be happy about it. Because this is indeed hurting the community, even if it is your art. The more tolerant artists become towards AI, the more companies are gonna be using it. The more the people get used to seeing it, the slower the government will be at implementing laws around copyright when it comes to AI. Copyright laws, our Lord and Savior, is gonna come sooner or later. I believe in it, but I would rather have it sooner because art jobs are already being very threatened. So like, you can't be surprised when people are mad at you for contributing to them not having a job that they love. I don't care, it's just my art, I wanna see it. Well, don't fucking post it then. If you just want to see it yourself, why are you posting it for likes and views? Like, don't get me wrong, I think that wanting attention is a very human thing and a very crucial thing as an artist, maybe. It's a very driving force. But why when you know that this is harming everybody else, why do you have to post it if you just want to see it? Now this opens a whole discussion about how social media is fucking with artists, because a lot of people just enjoy the dopamine that they get from likes and comments more than they enjoy making the art, which is very harmful to us as people, but that's a different video. All this being said, am I worried that AI will replace artists in the future? No. Human innovation and creativity is truly one of the wonders of our natural world. It is in our very nature to advance. History stands witness to it. You just have to compare art from the past with our contemporary art. They are so beautiful in such unique and different ways. Whereas AI's only advancement is learning how to copy us more accurately. It is therefore incapable of creativity as we know it. I don't believe that AI images can ever compare to art. Problem is, recruiters and managers don't understand such a concept. I've sat in one too many meetings talking about how good it's gonna be when some of the lesser artist jobs are gonna be able to be replaced with a one-time payment, not to know that AI will hurt this community a lot. You know, most people don't really start from executive jobs in the art industry. Usually you're gonna be stuck as an intern or as someone who does in-betweens for a while. So getting rid of the lesser jobs where most creatives train and learn and are actually being discovered is gonna lead to worse media being produced overall. Also, if the industry that you would love to work into is not very stable at the moment, you'll probably not fucking enter that industry. Therefore, there will be less artists overall. I think pursuing an artist career has always been deemed as a very volatile experience already. Entering the industry was always pretty difficult. So imagine how it's gonna be in the next 5 years. These things that you as an artist have a responsibility of considering before you are deciding to use AI in your workflow. Could it be used to lessen the stress of making art in a professional environment? Perhaps, if it was any fucking good at following specific directions. Getting AI to make art in a specific style that hasn't been fed into the AI specifically is a very, very difficult endeavor still. Because with Ghibli, which is a very recognizable established style that is all over the internet, it's easy to replicate that because it's everywhere. But if you are a smaller studio that has a not very well known IP and not very well known style, then how is the machine who's never really seen it gonna replicate it accurately? It's not, which is why artists are kind of okay for now, because studios usually have very specific rules about adhering to a style and a character concept and a character design that artists have to follow to keep everything consistent. AI doesn't fucking understand any of that, so we're not suffering so much now. But I know it's only a matter of fucking time. But even if it didn't have those limitations, the way in which AI is currently trained based on the theft of millions of artists just makes it unethical to use. And we haven't even talked about what it does to the motherfucking environment. Our species has single-handedly started the 6th mass extinction on Earth. The Earth is dying as we speak. The weather is fucked up beyond recognition at this point. And we don't fucking care about it. We're just nonchalant. Why is everybody so fucking nonchalant about shit that matters? Oh, we've been bombarded with so many world events. Yeah, and you should care about all of them. We don't care about anything or anyone. No one wants to be a fucking villager, yeah? But everyone wants to be part of the fucking village. You don't get to decide what art is. Art is subjective. What you make
might not be art to me, but that doesn't mean it isn't. The concept of art isn't replaceable, but your job is.
Walking this world with no empathy is really not the flex you think it is. Because if you spend all your time trying not to stand up for anything, you will find that one day there's no one left to stand for you. But maybe you still care about that little kid who used to wake up every Saturday excited to watch cartoons. Maybe they're still in there somewhere. Maybe you'd like the children of the future to have the same experience. An estimated 200,000 jobs are expected to be disrupted by the use of AI over the next 3 years, and that's in the US alone, without including freelancers or contract workers, so it's gonna be a lot higher. This is all very discouraging, but I want to tell you that there is ways in which we can fight against AI. First of all, don't fucking use it. Don't use it. Don't use it and renounce it. If art ever made you feel anything, please just don't use AI. The damage that you're doing to the environment and to real living people is really not worth it for a slop image that you're gonna look at for 2 seconds and then forget about because it's shit. And then you'll go on to make another one next time there's a trend about it and the cycle fucking recycles. Then artists. The one most harmful thing that you can do to AI is to not give it your art. For this, there is this amazing tool that we can use to basically turn your art into poison for AI. It's called Glaze and it was developed by the University of Chicago. It's not very talked about. I wonder why. I only found out about it recently. It is very, very easy to use. You can either make a Kara account, which Kara is a platform who is very against AI. It is for artists. I do recommend checking it out. If you don't want to do that, you can either download the software and you can glaze your art pieces on your computer, or you can even use it on a web browser. You just gotta DM them on Instagram or on Blue Sky. Then if you are a professional artist, look into joining a local artist union. They're usually campaigning against AI on a larger level and it makes it easier for you to be part of it. Unions, some of them are better than others. So please do your own research about the ones in your area. And most of all, please just hang in there. A lot of people appreciate you and your art. It's really beautiful to see artists from different mediums support each other over AI. Info No Allowance, or I've seen some people call him Baby No Money, but that's crazy, has been very, very loud in his support of artists over AI art, and it's been really, really nice to see, because these AI bros have been devaluing what it means to be an artist for a really, really long time. So seeing someone from a bit of a different medium of art be so supportive, I love to see it. And also, even though these AI bros would like to say that AI keeps advancing and getting better and better, that is somewhat untrue. Because the more AI art there is, and the more you don't give them your art, AI will keep getting worse, because it will start referencing itself. And if you feed slop to the tool that makes beautiful art into slop, what do you think would happen? Slop to the power of 2. I think we're gonna be fine in the end. Just keep going. Just keep making your art and expressing yourself. I know, even if they tried, they wouldn't be able to stop you. Take care. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Bye-bye.